Coming up, a homeless man in Tainan is now a volunteer after receiving Tzu Chi's assistance. We learn why Tzu Chi volunteers carry out distributions in such humble and respectful manner. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. Born with leg length discrepancy and a weak right leg, 51-year-old Liang Weimin left Tainan to work in Taipei at 13 years old. After losing his job in 2007, he decided to go home, but ended up being homeless as he had no one to turn to. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers helped him apply for disability from the government and also gave him some financial assistance. Now Liang has joined the volunteers' ranks as a way to reciprocate.
Liang Weimin joins Tzu Chi volunteers today to visit some care recipients. Wearing Tzu Chi's gray uniform, Liang, who was born with leg length discrepancy, is actually a care recipient as well. Liang lost his job in Taipei in 2007 and returned to Tainan to look for new opportunities. However, it proved difficult as he is illiterate. Without a job or money, he eventually took to living on the streets. Thankfully, Tzu Chi came to his assistance 4 years ago, and under their guidance, Liang opened up his heart.
I told the sisters that they can use the time spent on visiting me to care for the more disadvantaged. I know how I can get back on my feet. They don't need to look after me.
Reciprocating their love, Liang visits a local recycling station each day, hoping to do his part to protect Mother Earth. By doing so, he transforms the gratitude hidden in his heart for Tzu Chi and the volunteers into something tangible.
Knowing that one is blessed is the best kind of happiness one can achieve. Each year, we give him some financial assistance to help make his year better. Though he takes the money, he doesn't keep it for himself. Instead, he donates it back to the foundation.
Though Liang gets by financially from the meager subsidy he receives from the government, his heart is rich with happiness. He says that he has been given a second chance at life thanks to Tzu Chi, and that makes his life more valuable than ever.
31-year-old Zhang Yujin is the first Taiwanese performer to join the famed Cirque du Soleil. A vegetarian since he was little, Zhang said it doesn't affect his performance, but helps him stay more alert and sharp. Here's more.
The difficult acrobatic movement requires a lot of strength. But Zhang Yijun, the first Taiwanese performer in Cirque du Soleil, feels that being a vegetarian doesn't affect his performance.
This is a misunderstanding for a performer or an athlete. When your body is hungry, it can make your body smart. I believe everyone has eaten buffets before. After eating, you tend to feel sleepy.
Zhang Yijun insists on being a vegetarian because he once went to a market with his grandma when he was little. There he saw a live chicken slaughtered, which shocked him greatly.
When you pass by, you can hear the chickens crow, but when they're being killed, their screams are. When I think about it, it still makes my head numb. They are living animals, but after they go in there and are spun around, they stop moving after they come out. It makes my heart ache, because you don't understand why their lives have disappeared.
When Zhang Yijun goes to a vegetarian restaurant, he doesn't eat vegetables that look too beautiful because they have been sprayed with too much fertilizer. He feels it goes against the nature.
We often say it's not good that this vegetable has worms. Actually, we should think otherwise. If the vegetables have worms on them, it means these vegetables have no fertilizers. The worms have checked them first for us. We should thank the worms instead.
Performing around the world, Zhang Yijun knows that life is impermanent. He lives frugally. When he goes shopping, he doesn't use any plastic bag. He puts his purchases into a bamboo basket on his back.
We should realize that being a vegetarian is for this planet. It's not for upholding the precepts or for any personal reason. Being a vegetarian isn't for ourselves, but for this land.
Being an intelligent life form on Earth, human beings should lower their craving for meat, so more lives can be saved and live on this land.
To further inspire people to eat more vegetarian meals and learn the ease of cooking at home, Tzu Chi from Batam of Indonesia hosted a vegetarian cooking competition. Teams consisting of 4 or 5 collegiate youth volunteers competed against one another in making the most creative or delicious dish. Let's learn how everything worked out.
In Indonesia, Tzu Chi from Batam are hosting a vegetarian cooking competition.
Many young people think vegetarian food is expensive, but one of our competition rules is that the ingredients need to be $190 or less. If the dishes are made with less than $190, then we'll give them more points because we want to let them know that vegetarian food doesn't have to be expensive.
Some teams try to recreate dishes from memory, while others just follow their hearts. As contestants concentrate at perfecting their dish, they pay no mind to the judges who are observing and scoring every step of the process. Lastly, it comes down to the taste test. In addition to enjoying the fun of cooking vegetarian meals, Tzu Chis have learned one lesson to take away. Food sanitation is the #1 rule of being a good chef.
In September of last year, a team of Tzu Chi volunteers made history by traveling to Turkey to help Syrian refugees in Istanbul. We now recount what happened on the Tzu Chi calendar between September and October of last year.
In September, members of Tzu Chi International Medical Association, or TIMA, from 22 countries and regions gathered in Taiwan for their annual convention. This was the first time that TIMA members from Nepal took part in the convention.
We can continue our future work of Tzu Chi in Nepal.
All around the world, TIMA members serve selflessly.
A few minutes of our compassion could mean a lifetime alleviation of someone's suffering.
In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers have often been invited to speak to new immigrants at their citizenship ceremonies.
Everything that you have to enrich Canada, bring it here and make Canada even better.
In October, a new Tzu Chi office in Northern California was open for use.
With that power, with that strength, we can build anything.
In the U.S., volunteers have been carrying out various aid projects, such as giving out tuition aid.
I'd just like to thank the organization for giving my sister the scholarship and giving her the chance to go to college.
Providing food to the homeless, and bringing aid to those affected by disasters.
To the Grand Masters, I thank you for allowing Tzu Chi to be established in New Jersey.
In Italy, a municipality granted honorary citizenship to Tzu Chi, the only overseas group to receive the honor. In 2015, Tzu Chi volunteers went to Bosnia again to bring aid to those affected by flooding in 2014.
A da se neke od njih još nisu niti pojavile ovdje, a Tzu Chi dolazi drugi puta. I zato još jednom hvala.
Due to civil war, millions of Syrians have fled to other countries. In Germany, Tzu Chi volunteers invited tutors to teach Syrian refugees German. In Jordan, since 2011, Tzu Chi volunteers have been giving out aid to Syrian refugees and holding free clinics for them.
والشعور اللي يعني أنا فيه اللي هو صعب. أنا كنت أشتغل في سوريا ما أحتاج أيد.
In October, to help the Syrian refugees in Turkey, a team of Tzu Chi members from Taiwan flew to Istanbul to hold aid distributions for the Syrian people there. Before each distribution, the volunteers carefully packed the supplies and tidied up the venue to show respect for the refugees. At the distributions, The volunteers encouraged every aid recipient to give and share their supplies with those who were not on the list to receive aid. Apart from giving out aid, Tzu Chi volunteers in Turkey also worked with local officials and a Syrian professor to set up a school for Syrian children. As the Syrian professor said, there is a house that can hold millions or even billions of people. That house is called love. In Australia, Tzu Chi regularly gives out aid to the needy. In Malaysia, Tzu Chi works with the UN to provide refugees with free medical services. In Thailand, Tzu Chi holds a free clinic for refugees once every month. Before each clinic, the volunteers will arrange shuttle bus services to bring the refugees to the clinic.
This is wonderful. Looks like it's functioning very well.
The clinic is also supported by dozens of interpreters speaking 9 different languages.
Tzu Chi Buddhist Foundation, but this organization is not promoting any religion.
Taiwan helping to us is very good and thank you.
Saya ingin mengambil kesempatan untuk memperkenalkan biodata penerima Tzu Chi Dharma Master Cheng Yen, perseorangan yang telah menyumbangkan perkhidmatan yang cemerlang serta mempunyai taraf kedudukan yang tertinggi. Mereka yang dikurniakan darjah ini digelar Datin Sri.
Naresuan University of Thailand is honored to award Venerable Dhamma Master Cheng Yen.
Many people are baffled as to why Tzu Chi volunteers always bow humbly as they hand over supplies to those in need, or why Tzu Chi volunteers always like to use "I'm grateful" instead of simply using "thanks," even when they are the ones lending a helping hand. Some might even think such gestures are pretentious or even condescending. However, there's a reason behind the volunteers' behavior. We find out why in our report.
Delivering aid supplies while bowing at 90 degrees, this is how Tzu Chi volunteers carry out every disaster relief.
When I first encountered Tzu Chi, there was an environment of gratefulness. It was not like I'm giving something to somebody who needs it and that makes me more superior.
I haven't seen this kind of care and love when you provide relief materials. You have only seen that kind of love, that kind of care, that kind of respect when you offer to masters, monks, nuns, but not to those people who are really in need.
Regardless of the faith of their aid recipients, Tzu Chi volunteers are humble and respectful just the same.
Tzu Chi Foundation, when they are giving help to those victims, they are giving it heartily, and they are doing it some rituals that I do not see in the other NGOs.
Even in southern Africa, Zulu Tzu Chi volunteers have embraced Tzu Chi's way of universal love.
By the time I was first time to see that, I was shocked and amazing. Why they are doing this? After time, I learned that, we spread the seed of great love. If we give them blankets or rice or what, we should to bow to make that person receive great love to us, and we send great love to him.
This unique way of giving is actually Master Cheng Yen's way of cultivating her disciples' spirituality.
Back
in 1991, we began our disaster relief in China. At the time, the Master explicitly instructed us to empathize with those on the receiving end. We weren't to be condescending or act like taking pity on them.
The Eastern China flood of 1991 marked an important milestone for Tzu Chi. For the first time, the Buddhist charity dispatched its volunteers abroad to carry out a disaster relief, which opened the door to many more international missions to come. Xu Yuzhai is like a busy housekeeper of Tzu Chi Nehu grounds. Humbling herself and taking on every duty, she learned this after having participated in the Eastern China flood relief.
When I was about to head out, Master Zheng Yan called us all back to Hualien to remind us in person that we represent Tzu Chi instead of ourselves. She said many things. She said that we must be very respectful. And really, the way we conducted the relief distributions really surprised all the officials. They were very curious as to why we were so humble while helping out those in need.
Actually, she herself was at first puzzled why she had to thank those she served.
I said, Master, you're making a mistake. They should be the one thanking me instead. But the Master said it is because they have shown us people in need so that we have chance to serve, and that we must hand over the supplies with both hands instead of just using one hand. I was really confused. I wondered why Tzu Chi had to do things differently. The Master said that I was holding on to my illusory ego and was being conceited, as I thought helping others makes me more superior, so I needed to learn properly.
Through learning to be humble and grateful, Xu slowly became a different person. Master Zheng Yan often uses the word grateful and reminds her disciples it is not to be confused with thankful.
感恩跟谢谢当然是不一样，谢谢是负面的。你给我什么，我就是谢谢。这个谢谢呢，好像像水上的浮漂，就谢过了就没有了，谢过了嘛就没有了。感恩就不一样喽，感恩呢是很深很深很深刻的呢，已经透入了你的心。
我们是由心里面愿意。
In our hearts, we see those in need as bodhisattvas who are showing us the suffering of the world, so that we have a chance to cultivate blessings. This is why we serve with a grateful heart and ask for nothing in return.
Bowing respectfully to show their gratitude, there is deep wisdom in how Tzu Chi volunteers extend their assistance. This unique way of giving, as instructed by Master Zheng Yan, has also become the signature of Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi's song Love in the World speaks of how we can reach out to those in need, and residents of Haiyang Borough in Kaohsiung City have decided to learn to sing the song, so it can become the borough's theme song. Let's find out why.
In Haiyang Borough of Kaohsiung City, residents are learning to sing the sign language song Love in the World from Tzu Chi volunteers because they love this song.
We hope all the residents will learn the song. I am deeply moved by the lyrics, which says, "Lend my shoulder to people to cry on."
The borough head,蔡秀宝, has been making donations to support Tzu Chi's work for nearly 30 years. She said that she also helps the borough residents with their problems, using the principles she has learned from reading Tzu Chi Monthly or watching DaAi TV.
There was a man who used to drink excessively. We tried to influence him using the Master's principles and our love. As a result, he has stopped drinking for a year.
Eventually, 20 borough residents took to the stage and performed what they learned at a local Tzu Chi year-end blessing ceremony, hoping to inspire more people to put their love into action and generate a positive force in society.
64-year-old Tzu Chi volunteer黄虑躬from Yilan used to fight with her husband frequently and even contemplated suicide. However, after joining Tzu Chi, she has changed slowly and now takes care of both her ill husband and mother. Huang says the secret to the fulfilling life she discovered is being content.
卡到车，啊载袂落，嘿，我对坐阮老公这台。
所以师姐你是遮大家的爱心妈妈呢，哈。
对啊，所以说大家拢讲我真鸡婆，前村啊，差不多大家拢捌了呀。
In this village in Yilan, Tzu Chi volunteer 黄虑躬, who leads a simple lifestyle, is well known for being a dedicated recycling volunteer.
After I finish my work here, I'll still go grow or pull vegetables in the field.
所以现在很多人都说跌破眼镜。
Many people could not believe that I know how to grow vegetables.
之前先生还没生病以前
Before my husband fell ill, he let me do what I wished. I'd say I'm going to Hualien tomorrow, and he would tell me that it's fine, go ahead. He gave me my space. Therefore, now that he's ill, I should care for him.
我照顾他是理所当然。有没有很 Q 啊？我的红萝卜拔了嘞，很小颗。
小时候印象就是他。
She used to argue with my dad a lot before she joined Tzu Chi. She also talked about committing suicide, and we even had to go look for her.
他闹自杀，大家去找他。
My mother has been supporting the family since my grandmother and father fell ill, but she has not given up doing Tzu Chi's work. The best we can do is to share her work, so she can go to Tzu Chi and recharge.
总说一句啊，就是只要你
All in all, being content makes you appreciate your life.
In Malaysia, at the year-end blessing ceremony organized by the Tzu Chi Selangor and Kuala Lumpur chapter, an exhibition was held to help raise the public's environmental awareness. An area has been set up to mimic a landfill site, where attendees can learn about the importance of garbage reduction. Let's join them there.
At the exhibition aimed at raising environmental awareness held at the Jingsi Hall, an area has been created to mimic a landfill. All sorts of plastic bags cover the walls and ceilings. These are PET bottles that we easily discard. How long does it take for these items to decompose? Wait, what is this?
还有资料看板，不同的垃圾需要多长的时间才可以得到分解呢？咦，这是什么东西呀？
I'm an environmental robot, and I'm looking for recyclable materials. Most of the items buried at a real landfill are plastic. We should learn not to use plastics. It is a waste to dump recyclables at a landfill. We should recycle them. My body is recyclable, so recycle me.
As people flock to the exhibition, many experience sorting out recyclables there. This is to encourage people to recycle and reduce the amount of garbage on Earth.
If you do not do that, the Earth will be sick. Then where will we live? Since students in Malaysia are now enjoying their 6 weeks long winter vacation, the Tzu Chi Continuing Education Center in Kuala Lumpur held the 3-day children art class, which was participated by 56 students. We join the class at the end of today's program. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.